So I am going to teach you how to do the proclamation that you saw at Time Out for Women. It's a drag and drop system. It'll just take about 5 minutes to watch this video and learn how to do it. So if we go to creatingastorybook.com, that is the website, and it will default to Heritage Makers. You can do this on a Mac or a PC. I'm working on a Mac right now, so some things might be a little bit different that you're looking at. You put in your email or your 6-digit account number and your password. This will take you into the Heritage Makers Studio. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the right hand side here. We're going to click on My Projects and Templates. Now the template of the proclamation doesn't show up in the template gallery because it is the church allows us to use it, but not for business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on My Templates, because if you want to do the proclamation, just let me know and I will transfer that template over to you. I'm just going to click on click to find it in my projects, in my templates, because I have so many templates on the go in there. So I'm going to click that I want to start my own, and it's going to take us into view in progress. So here I have it here, and all I do is I can either click that photo or I can click on edit, and up will pop up my studio. So what my studio is the place where we go to design our projects. So you see we have right here in the middle, our project comes up and it's like a piece of paper, basically is what you want to think of it. Let's talk about making a photo album and putting our albums together. So what I do, how I organize my photos, is I do it by year. So I'll put in 2012 Family Yearbook, and that's a folder. Once I've created that folder, then inside the folder I put in an album. And so I have all different albums for different things, for business, for December, January, February, and I just go year to year or month to month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new album, and I'm going to call that Proclamation. When we do Heritage Makers albums, photo albums, we want to put our favorite photos in here. And the reason is because, sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong one. The reason we want to do that is that we don't want to have to look through hundreds of photos every time we want to make a project. So I click on Proclamation, and then I click on Add Photos. So Heritage Makers, I love this because it's so smart. It knows where our photos are. So I click on Photos, it just comes up right on the screen for me. And in Photos, I will have all my pictures. So here I already have it selected of which photos that I want to do. I have the number written down so I can easily find them. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on the picture, and if I want to select all of them, if I've put them in a specific folder, then I do that. If not, I can hold Control and go through and select the individual photos. Now as I select them, they'll be highlighted, and so I can select as many as I want. And then when I'm all ready, then I'm just going to click Open. Now those photos are going to start loading. Now I have to apologize. I have a really slow internet connection. We live out of town and my internet is so very slow. So basically what happens is we just click Open here and our photos will start to download. Right here, we'll start to upload. Now the nice part is that I can work on a project the same time as my photos are uploading. So I really love that about there. Then I don't have to worry about spending the time to do it. So I've already uploaded some photos here, and so we're just going to go to that, and we're just going to start working on our project. So I want to get you through this fairly quickly. Okay, so basically it's as simple as clicking on the photo and then going through and finding the photo that you want to use in that spot. So let's say, and I don't have to go in any order at all, but I just found a photo that I want to put, and I want to put it right here. So I click on there, I come down and I click on my photo. Now I hold it down with my mouse, and I drag it up. And see, it's coming up. I put it right over top of it. My mouse goes right over top of that drop photo here box, and I'm going to let it go. Once I let it go, then my photo pops into that spot. See how easy that is? Now, I need to do some editing on that photo because it's not all the way in. I'm missing some kids in that picture. So I'm going to scale it down a little bit. I go to my toolbox and I scale down the picture. Now, that picture is really not going to fit very well. So I'm not going to put that picture there. I'm going to drag this photo. This is the photo I meant to put over top there. I'm going to drag this one over top, and you can do one over top of the other. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to put it right over top, and I'm going to let it go. And it's going to swap it out for me. So there, I like that a lot better. Now, we need to come to adjust. Now, what our toolbox is, and this is this little box over here, what this toolbox is, whatever you're working on, so whatever you click on is what's going to come up here. So I clicked on this photo, so now I'm going to click adjust. I can take my mouse and I can just move the photo over manually. Okay, I can make it bigger or smaller with a scale. So that's how we do our cropping. So I'm just going to make sure I get all those guys in that little picture there. Those are my 5 boys, such little cuties. And then I just click done. There we go. We have our first picture in there. Love it. Super easy. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Let's click on this photo here. I'm going to put a photo in here. And I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to drag up this photo right here into the spot. Let it go, and it's going to swap it out for me. Okay, I'm going to make it bigger so you can actually see that. Okay, so here we go. Now if I adjust it, so I have my oldest son there, he's not in the photo. So there we go. Now that's great. Now I don't really want that picture in there, so I'm just going to see if I can, I'm just going to see if I can get some of that out there. There we go. Perfect. Click done. There we go. Not too hard so far, hey? All right, let's keep going down. Let's add some more pictures here. Let's take a photo and we'll add it to the top one here. So we just use our scrolling and we just scroll around. So I'm going to click on that photo, grab that photo, drag it up over top, put it right over top, let it go, and it's going to swap it out for me. Come to adjust, move the picture down to get it into the right spot, and click done. It's very, very simple. Okay, let's see what else we want to put in here. I'm going to put a picture. Scroll down. I'm going to click here. I'm going to put this picture right here. Drag it up, put it on top, and let it go, and it just swaps it out for us. Now you've noticed that those photos are done loading, so they're already there, so that's really great. So that made it quick and simple to do, and I don't have any editing to do to that photo. Now, let's say I wanted to make my canvas black and white. That's really super easy to do. So once I have the photo selected, I come to effects. Now effects is really fun, and feel free to fool around and try out these things because it doesn't change your original photo. It changes the photo that's going to be printed. So I can blur it out. So let's say if I wanted to put another photo over top of it or put the words over top of that photo, I can make it transparent. So I can just lighten it out so you can barely see it. I can round the corners, make it into a circle. I can add a nice border around it. Or I can, this is where we make it black and white, or even into sepia, just as quickly as clicking. I can go back to black and white, or I can say, okay, I want to go back to color. Easy. I love it. So this is really a great and easy project to start with. And it's just a drag and drop, and you swap it. Here, let's add some more photos here. Let's come back up here, and we're gonna add, there's one of us on the train tracks. So I just click here, drag this up over top, let it go, swaps it out for you. Awesome. That's actually not the picture that I want. So I'm going to put another one over top of that. Swaps it out for us. It's awesome. Now I want to adjust this photo because I think it's too far away. So I just scale it bigger. And so it's like it's cropping it for me. That's awesome. Great. Okay. So you can see how easy that is to do. Now let's talk about these flowers, because I have 5 boys and I don't necessarily want these flowers on my picture. So that's not a problem. It's really easy to get rid of them. I just click on the flower. Now over here on our toolbox at the bottom, it has a little button that says unlock. What unlock and lock does is if a photo is locked, it will have that pink box around it. That allows us to swap out. We can come to our art collection, and that's at the bottom here, and we just click art collection. Now in the art collection we have over 100,000 pieces of art, and this is why it makes Heritage Makers just the top company to use when you're doing things like this, because we have all those options for you. So we have about 800 collections, and when I click on a collection, it will come up and it will show everything in that collection. I know that those flowers are going to match that paper, those buttons are going to match the paper, so everything in there is going to match. So I'm not worried that anything on that page that I'm going to use, it's going to work for my project. If I want to use that one, then I would click open this collection and it would pop open. I don't really want to use that. I'm going to, let's say I want to, I can use the templates to search. So I can type in, say I've got a lot of blue in there and a lot of red. Let's type in red buttons. Perfect. So now all the red buttons, 292 of them will come up. That's pretty great. Okay, so let's take this little red button. Now that flower is swapped already, is pink. So I can just drag this flower, this button right over top of the flower, and let it go, and it will swap it out for me. So it really changes what your picture looks like depending on what you put in the corner. Excellent. So I put those there. Let's say, so that really changes the look of it. Now we could go scroll through and we could find some really cute things, as well as adding some other pretty things on top of it. Let's say I want to add this flower instead because I think it's cute and it would match my pictures better. So I just add that little flower. That looks cute. I'm going to add another little flower. That's excellent. And I'm going to add this little button. I think that looks cute with that. And then, but I don't like that button there, so I'm going to come and I'm going to unlock it. Now once it's unlocked, I can actually move it around. There's a green outside around it, or any other color other than that pink. So I can just move that to fit into my picture a little bit better. Okay? And then I'm going to come back and lock it. Now it's pink. Now I can't, if I click on it, I can't move it. So when it's locked, you can't move it, but you can swap out things. When it's unlocked, you can move it, but you can't swap things, art and photos with it. Okay?